Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to City Sowers. So, as you saw in our last video, we have a new puppy. But with the new puppy comes the puppy bubble. So, puppy bubble meaning that our whole world has revolved around this puppy for the past 6 days, which is fine because we're getting things situated, we're getting training going, we're getting bonding going, so it's a necessary bubble. However, things still need to get done. So today my plan is to get some stuff done in the garden because that is pretty sadly, it's been a little neglected while we've been going through all the things that have been happening. So today I'm going to work on cleaning it up. I need to get some more pesto done today, so I'm going to be harvesting that and pulling out some dead and dying plants, just getting it cleaned up so that we can make it more of a gradual process getting ready for the fall garden. Now, what am I going to do with Gideon? Gideon, I'm going to set up a playpen out here in the yard for him so that he is outside. He's still with me, but he is contained in a safe space for him because he's a puppy. Everything goes in his mouth. Also, he needs to learn how to be around our animals, and because our goats have free reign of the yard, I don't want him to be okay with chasing them or anything like that. So, getting that nice introduction through the playpen is going to be great for him. Then the goats can check him out, he can check them out. They've seen each other in passing as we're doing the potty training, but it's generally, you know, you leave us alone, we'll leave you alone. Let's get his area cleaned up and then we can work on my area, the garden. Now you may be asking, why do I care? Why am I bothering to rake it up? It's just grass. He's a puppy, he's a dog. Why does it matter? The fact is that the few times that I have had him out here, he's really enamored with what few wood chips there are in the grass that kind of spill over from the chicken run. And curiosity is not in itself a bad thing, but these wood chips are softened because they are damp from being in the grass, and that means that he could probably chew off pieces of them, and if you've got a puppy eating wood, you may end up with intestinal blockages, or he just may hurt himself in some way if he decides to eat those wood chips. So I just decided to make sure it's all the way clear of all those wood chips so that there's no risk of him hurting himself and causing me a really, really, really expensive vet bill having to do surgery on a puppy. So that is why I cleaned that up. Now I'm going to set up the little playpen and get him out here with some toys. Alright, so now we've got this area all set up for Gideon. We've got toys, we've got water, and he's in the shade, so he should be plenty entertained. How little man. Trash truck is running, so all the sounds, all the things. All right, let's get you in your pen. All right, now that Gideon is all set up, I've got to tackle that mess. Oy. Meanwhile, Gideon's gonna cry. Alright, progress report. I have ripped out a couple of my tomato plants here on the side fence. My green bin is now full, and the goats can only eat so much. So I'm probably going to have to just wait until next week to do the rest of the tomatoes, because honestly, they're kind of petered out. There's enough time, probably before our first frost, that they might put out some more fruit. However, I'm going to be putting in my fall plants in that same spot. So I got to get these pulled out and get the beds actually ready for the plants. So I'm just pulling the plants out because they're really not setting much new fruit. So, but hard work. And then like half the melon plants had already died, the other half are still going, and they actually have a few baby fruits on them. They probably won't stay on there long enough to ripen, but at this point, I'm out of space anyway. Just wait and see what happens. Last thing I'm gonna do in the garden today is I'm gonna take out this African Newnham basil, which is massive. But I'm gonna make some pesto out of that today. So, yeah, good day. Well, I can almost do it, but I can't quite get that last plant out of the dirt. I think I'm gonna have to recruit David to be my muscle to pull that last one out. But got it all harvested. Now I can make some pesto. All right. So here's a reason why you gotta be careful when you're collecting your harvest. It's a little praying mantis hanging out. Hey you. Just found it in my box of basil. So be careful when harvesting. We're gonna go put this guy back outside where he goes. All right, so it took a few hours, but I got all those leaves picked off those plants. This is a 3/4 full Home Depot bucket full of just the leaves from those African Newnham basil plants. I've got my hands full here to make some pesto, but first I need to start food for dinner. I was planning on making spaghetti sauce today. It's already 4 o'clock, so I've got to get cracking on it. What I generally do with spaghetti sauce is that I make one big old batch and then I actually freeze it in smaller batches, about 2 scoops, really hefty scoops with a ladle. For each bag, we'll do a whole meal when you add in a can of tomato sauce to reconstitute it. And then voila, you've got spaghetti sauce, really quick and easy meals for when we're just busy or when you just really want spaghetti. But that is my next plan. I'm really short on time, so I'm not gonna film it today, but please let me know if you guys are interested in our spaghetti sauce recipe. It's actually a family recipe that I have tweaked just a little bit to add my own flair, but it is a recipe that I got from my grandmother on my mom's side. So that's pretty cool. It's called Big Batch Beef Sauce. So we make the big batch and then we freeze it in smaller batches. But I'm a little short on time, so I gotta get going on it. I'll check back in later with you guys and show you how much pesto that bucket made. All right, so now my spaghetti sauce is simmering, but I have another chore that popped up. And that's that this little man needs a bath. We had a little bit of a potty accident earlier, thus my wardrobe change. So Mr. Gideon here decided that he wanted to pee on a blanket, and in my haste to interrupt said peeing, we got some pee all over him and on me. So he's got some pee on him, and Audrey went and took him in the backyard earlier to play, and he flopped into a water dish and he got all dirty. So, bath time. You're not gonna like it, are you? Oh, Gideon. Oh, good boy. Are you ready to get out now? Are you all clean? Yeah? Okay. We got a soggy puppy here. One of the great benefits of him being so small is it only takes a couple minutes to wash him. When he gets a lot bigger, it's gonna be a lot harder to wash him. But right now it's easy. Ooh. We're gonna get this little guy dry. Oh, there we go. One fluffified, clean puppy. It was a very traumatic experience, clearly. Good boy. Now on to my other child. What do you think you're doing? Get out of my sauce.
So good.
Get out of my sauce.
Oh man, I wish I could, but there's no desire for me to see my family die. This has to be purely quality control tracked. Oh goodness, look at this piece.
That implies that there would be even the remote possibility that I would eat.
I know you love our family, but you might poison us. I can't run that risk for our children. I'm trying to figure out how I can eat this without burning my face off.
Okay, well, maybe you could just get out of it and wait until it's ready.
Interesting theory. Too bad there's no way to test it.
Get out of my sauce.
Daddy!
That is the glorious sauce that David cannot keep his mitts out of. Get out!
Daddy!
Okay, so I see this on the counter. The dog just got blow dried, right? And I was like, here, let me be a deer and help my wife put this away. So I kind of grab by this end, unplug it, and start walking to the room. Amanda goes, no, 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 take this. Oh, why, thank you, honey. What am I gonna do with this? And she goes, what, have you never rolled up a cord before? I looked at her. I said, you handed me half a toilet paper roll. What am I supposed to do with this? Now I'm gonna give her some credit. Because she went from sounding absolutely ridiculous to brilliant in a very short period of time. So check this out. You may know this. She says everyone knows this. I apparently was a nobody until just a few minutes ago. So if you just go like this and roll up your cord, look, the cord even knows what it's doing. Where have I been? Just take this, you got your cord here, and it goes right over it. And then it gets, you know, put away and stuff. What? Mind blown. Mind blown.
Here's the cute puppy who just got
Well,
blow dry.
And the cute puppy that just got the blow dryer.
yes, and there's the blow dry puppy.
Now. Clear. Well, honey,
Yeah.
it is 9:45 and you're still at it. What a day for you, huh?
It's been a long one.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I am making pesto still. I'm working on many cups of pesto.
Any idea how many?
Well, let's see. There's 35 cups in a single layer. And I'm working on my third layer. Gideon!
You have a puppy in the other room who's very upset that we are not getting him all right.
He's upset because Daddy put him in the crate.
Oh, Daddy's a horrible person. Have we talked about that? Just what a terrible, horrible person you're married to.
I can't snuggle him while I'm making pesto.
Well, now we're talking about your shortcomings.
My shortcomings,
You
yeah.
you should feel terrible. So, do you have any guess at where you're going to end yet?
Well, I think there's about one more batch worth in the sink. So, I don't think I'll quite finish out the tray, because let's see, that last batch did, let's see, this, 3, 6, 9, so 15 cups, so probably 15 more cups-ish.
Goodness. Killing it.
I'm doing something with it. Empty cups.
All right, so what's the magic number?
We've got 100 cups of pesto.
You realize that's like poetry, right?
Poetry?
Yes. Roses are red, violets are
Not.
zesto. My darling, you just made 100 2-ounce cups of pesto. Look at me. I should write things.
Things? So it's been a long day. You guys joined me this morning in the garden when we harvested this, as well as tore out quite a chunk of the garden there. And yeah, we picked the leaves and we washed the leaves and we washed the dog and we made spaghetti sauce. So it's been a day, and it's just after 10 o'clock at night. So it's been a long day. I'm ready to call it a day. So, all right, last cup, lid. So the sum total of all this pesto, my Mr. David mathematician man said
200 ounces, thank you very much.
that I have made about 1.5 gallons of pesto.
Pretty
today.
sure I ate the other half gallon
Of pesto.
in testing. Had to have some quality control going on.
Yes. So I basically have another child that keeps snacking on my project.
I would be offended, but my hand is stuck in licking the beater over here.
Yes. And, you know, getting into my sauce.
Yes.
So.
Which is still cooling on the stove to be frozen for later dinners. Because you're that amazing.
That's right. But that gets bagged tomorrow because it's too warm to bag tonight. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today on my crazy long busy day. As always, this is your urban nerd with a goat herd saying you can grow.
And her husband.
You can grow where you're planted.
Even if you're African Nunum basil, but then you'll get ground up with olive oil and made into pesto. Like this. Oh yeah.
What you doing there? Did you miss the cup, honey?
I missed a cup.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing with your life?
I'm tired.
You're such a failure.
Now it's done.